Yep.
If you guys haven't already, click.
Why do you always have to do that?
It gets all your sillies out. You get all your sillies out, and then you're good to go.
I don't think you're silly. You're just like tripping over your words.
Yeah, but now watch this.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a warm day, and we got plenty of fresh water for everybody. The ducks, of course, knocked their thing out, and as you can see, the piggies are covered in mud because they like to cover themselves in mud to cool off. And but you can kind of see the ducks. We're kind of far away from them, but they've made themselves a nice little mud pit around right here. But the garden's coming nicely. We got some sprouts in the garden, so that's always a good thing to see. The kiddos are over there playing, and we're gonna trim up some goats. We're gonna cut some fur. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Throw some frizz, man.
Over in the cage. Lay down in the cage.
Look at that perfect toss.
Stay over there. Okay, how far did it reach?
To where the tripod is.
Okay, so you want to use the picnic table?
Yeah, we can use a picnic table. It's probably the best bet. And then they're like up off. Well, actually, a little bit past the tripod, so right to there.
Or we can do it straight down here on the other side.
Yeah, that works. I'd say all in all, she looks pretty good. Yeah, it was very difficult. She had a lot of hair, as you can see here. And it's pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere. So now we're gonna give her a little bath, little wash with some mane and tail made for horses, but she had a lot of dry skin underneath there, so we're gonna clean her up. You can actually see like everything. You can actually see her teats now too, which is nice. So, because I think we're gonna try to milk her. So, but she's living her best life out here. She's getting some grass, just chilling.
This was supposed to be a little task.
Yeah, and it took the better part of the day.
We still missed the spot on Beyonce, on my belly.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
The belly was not
the
going.
other
She's not like
thing was you were going to take down the fence, and I was going to be working on cleaning the barn.
Well,
So
she could do that.
let's do that tomorrow.
Well, we could work on taking the fence down. Like we could let's work on the beds.
Let's do the beds first and see how far we get.
Yeah, and then from there we'll go, and maybe I can work on taking the fence down, and then you can work on cleaning the barn out. Because I could throw all the posts kind of where they need to be.
And Monday maybe get the, Sunday get the posts in the holes dug and the posts in concrete. Monday pick up the playset from your mom.
Yeah,
and then
because I want to get it in there before you
get it in there, and then start figuring out the construction of it.
Yeah.
They're so tiny. It's just like a little handful of goats.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
What? Come on.
Come on, baby. Come on. We got a bunch of plants today, and then we're gonna let the goats kind of be out for a little fun time in that area so they can get a little fresh air and sunshine.
Which, did we talk about the fox issue?
I think I mentioned it. You stepped on a bumblebee. So we have a fox that's come back again. He came once before and now he's back.
So that's why these babies are a week old.
Yeah.
Well, two of them are a week old. The other one's almost a week. So we're just letting them have some fresh air time while we can monitor them.
Yeah.
Because they're young. I think the moms would protect, but we're not taking any chances.
Yeah, we don't want to take any chances on our goats.
You guys want to come play? Come on. I know.
It's very dark in there.
I know. Come on, buddy. Whoa. She's like, oh gosh. I know. We're gonna go this way. Come on.
Well, we're gonna see what happens here. It started raining pretty hard. Well, I guess not pretty hard, but it's raining pretty good now. I got one of the raspberries in, the trellis done, but it started raining. Whew, that fell over. Maybe just doesn't want to stand up there. So we'll see if this passes or what it's gonna do. It's good for the garden though. It's gonna get the garden nice and watered and our new plants somewhat planted, but whew.
Felt good though.
But yeah, it felt good. But hopefully it'll pass and then we can get back to doing some stuff. We were making good progress on everything, so we'll see what happens here. All right guys, so we're back. It ended up raining a good bit. We actually ended up getting most of the stuff done. I actually got that done, and I got everything kind of mulched and stuff. I stole the mulch from the play set there, so it ended up actually raining for a little while, but we just ended up sucking it up and kind of going out in the rain just to try to finish everything up. So today, it's like wave of the future today here on the farm. So I've never done an order pickup before from like Home Depot or Lowe's. So I looked at Lowe's, they didn't have 4x4s. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, the new area has been completely redesigned. We're going in a completely different direction than we were before, with different fencing, different posts. So we're actually going to be putting in 4x4 posts into that area instead of the normal round posts that I do with most of the other gates. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a taller fence, and we're actually going to quit moving the chickens. I'm pretty sure I already talked about it, but we have a fox issue here on the farm. This is the second time he's been here, so we did a bunch of research, and yeah, you know, I'd love to get rid of him, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, like, every animal has a purpose, realistically. So for us, we just need to better secure our animals. So we're gonna quit moving the chickens around the property and actually do something that my wife saw Justin Rhodes do, which is basically you put your chickens in a compost area so they just constantly are making you compost. So the concept will be is it will actually go back over here near the house. We'll have one side will be where the bucks are for now. Eventually, once we have more fields, we'll move them around, but for now They'll have a buck clubhouse and a couple things over there. And then the chickens will be beside them permanently with a compost area, basically. So what we'll do is we'll like gather up like the cow poop and the pig poop and all the poops and like the bedding and everything and start a compost. Because if I don't think I've ever shown you guys, so we do have compost around here. So this is a horrible spot for it, because coming off that corner there, we're gonna run a fence down through here. So that now I have no room to get by here. Because our concept is we want kind of a, I'll call it a track around the whole property is basically what we want for either riding or walking or doing whatever. And eventually we're like, oh, maybe we have a horse and then we can ride the horse around, yada, yada, yada. Anywho, so we want like a track around the whole property, like on our property. So that's in the way. So, and we're like, where do we put it? We want it close to the garden, but there's no place near the garden. So bing, 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 concept came through last night late. That's what we like to do, of putting it over there. And then it's close to the garden. We have plenty of compost. Worst come to worst, we can either give the compost away or sell the compost as we get going. Because I'll show you guys, there is a lot of bedding this time of year. Like, that's cleaning out the stalls. Now granted, right now we're using 3 of our 4 stalls because we have 2 mamas over here and then the other one's over on the other side. Once we kind of get through this season, we'll only use 1 stall, and this birthing stall is actually going to completely change too, because that's what we like to do. We like to change things up. But I'm going to go ahead and get these animal chores done for the day, for this morning. Hi, baby. All right, so that was super simple. I think I'm gonna do order pickups from now on because that was super simple. They literally brought it out to my truck and I loaded it up there and rolled on. It took me like way less time. So now, so where this fence is gonna kind of run, let me spin you around this way. So we're gonna stay even with this and go all the way down, kind of past you guys. We're gonna come about 4 feet off this fence line, and then we're gonna go 96 feet that way. So like I said before, part of it's going to be chickens, part of it's going to be the bucks for now. Eventually, once we have more fields, like obviously we'll rotate them through the other fields. But for now, like they can stay in that little area. It should be big enough. It's a pretty big area that they're going to have right there. But of course, my chicken fencing is in my way to run my string line. So I'm going to have to kind of squeeze them in a little bit. I'm hoping I realistically don't even have to move this thing when it's all said and done and it just stays right there. But chances are I'm gonna have to move it. So I'm gonna squeeze these in. I'm gonna run my string line just like we did before. I'm actually gonna run it so I come off of this fence and just make myself a straight line down through there with that. I'll measure my 4 feet off, and then I'll measure it to 100, which would give me my 96, obviously. 100 minus 96, or 100 minus 4 is 96. So it works out perfectly that my tape measure is 100 feet. So I'll get my 100 foot mark, I'll get my 96 foot mark, and then I'm going to go 32 feet. So I'm going to do all things divisible by 8. Because eventually what we're going to do is I'm actually going to run boards on the bottom to kind of keep all that compost in on the chicken side. So it'll give me about 5.5 or 6 inches. I forget how big those rough cut boards that I buy at the co-op are, but however thick they are, they'll run on the outside. And we'll also put something down in the ground, so if a fox or something does try to come and burrow underneath, it can't dig underneath that fence and get to my chickens ever again. So it's kind of solving that problem, and then he won't be able to get through the fence because we're actually going to do the small mesh wire. We won't do, there's two kinds of wire. There's woven wire and then there's welded wire. We'll actually do welded wire on this section, and we'll do 5 feet tall so the chickens can't get out, because I'm tired of that too. And then we'll do the boards around the bottom. So that's why I had to also get square posts, because the round posts that I got are only 7 feet tall. Well, if I only put 2 foot, now if I could stay at 2 feet in the ground, sure, I could keep them in there, but I'm potentially not going to be able to keep them 2 feet in the ground. I probably need to go about 2.5, almost 3 feet. So I got 8 foot boards. I put them 3 feet in the ground. Boom, I have enough for my 5 foot fence, because I couldn't put the post lower than 5 feet, if that makes sense. I'm rambling. I'm going to get the string run, get this marked, and we get rolling. All right, so we got the posts in. There's 2 more to do, but the chicken house has to be moved. Once that's moved, then all those posts will be done. We'll probably do concrete tomorrow. I'm not gonna bore you guys with showing you concrete. I think I've already shown it. If you haven't checked out, all I do is fence, 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 no matter what. Check that one out, because I think I go over concrete in that one. I might not. If not, concrete's not hard. You pour it in the hole, you shake it around, you leave a few inches from the top, done. It's super easy. While I was doing this, Jenny did a bunch of stuff. Clean up the barn?
Almost
Done.
I cleaned up the barn. I screwed in some hooks all by myself to hang some feed buckets, and moved one of the mamas and her 2 babies over to the nursery stall.
Perfect. Yeah, so getting stuff done slowly but surely. So next weekend's a super long weekend because I took some vacation, so hopefully knock out some of these little projects. And it looks like the weather's gonna be nice but hot. It's super hot, but that's all we're gonna do today. I'm gonna wait until it gets a little bit cooler to move the chickens and get those last 2 posts in, and it's almost dinner time, so got that going for us too. If you guys haven't already, click the subscribe button below. If you like this video, click on that like and push that bell so you get notifications anytime we post a video. As always, I see y'all next time.